Welcome everyone, and this is a video on how to insert your Visio diagram into your algorithm template. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to start with a basic flowchart. So I'm going to open that up, and I've already created a peanut butter and jelly flowchart. So I'm going to open that so you can see it. We'll go over it real quick. Start, get 2 pieces of bread, get peanut butter, notice we're getting, so that's input. Get jelly, oh, that's input. We didn't have it before, now we have it. Then we take what we have and we do something with it, so those are in process boxes. Put peanut butter on one side of one piece of bread, put jelly on one side of the other piece of bread. I see a mistake there. I put die instead of side, so I put S-I DE of the other piece of bread. Okay, then put the peanut butter and the jelly sides of bread together, and then hand the sandwich to a friend. This is an output because it's going out to somewhere else, okay, out of the process, or I eat it. It still goes out of the process, okay? So there's our flowchart. So now I want to save this as something that I can add or bring into a Word document and it would work, right? So I do save as, and I'm going to go to the place where I've been saving these, and I'm going to change this from a Visio drawing to a GIF. You could do graphics interchange format, that's a GIF, or you could do JPEG. Anyway, either of these graphic formats, you can import them easily into a Word document. So I'm going to do a GIF and then save that GIF. I'm not going to change these settings, so I'll say OK. There, so there's my flowchart. I saved it as a GIF. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the template, the algorithm template, which is in Microsoft Word, so we can import our flowchart into it. All right, so now I have opened up the algorithm template, and I have all this blue stuff that's helping you understand what you're supposed to do with the template. Okay, so I want to, though, for right now, I want to bring in that image. So I'm going to go to insert right here, and then I'm going to go to picture, and I'm going to go to those documents that I saved in my courses. Here we go, and 2104 here, and here it is. I have peanut butter and jelly flowchart, and so I am going to import that into my algorithm. Now look how big that is. It does not need to be that big, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to shrink it and grab these corners and shrink it. Okay, so it doesn't have to be tiny. It can be as big as you need it to be where you can read it. You need to be able to read it so that you can make changes if you need to, and you can use it to guide you when you actually write your algorithm. Okay, so now as you write your algorithm, you can use it as a guide. Okay, so up here it says input. You are to list and describe the variables for any data that must be input into the program. Be sure to describe what that data will come from, such as user input or a file. Include an example of what the input format will look like if it's a prompt for a user. Okay, so I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to say we're going to have P for peanut butter, and I'm going to say we're going to have I guess that's 2 words. That's fine. And then I'm going to put a comma, and I'm going to have J, and that's going to equal jelly. And then I might have B, that'll equal bread. But you get the idea. You'll have variables, and you'll tell me what they represent. If you have L name, then you tell me that represents last name, and so on. Okay, and then if you're going to have a prompt to a user, you have to tell us what that's. Prompt to user for ingredients. Please enter the ingredients you plan to use. Hit enter. Between each entry. Now I'm telling the user what I need them to do. Let me fix my typos here. Okay, so there's my input, and I'm telling you what my input is. I got my variables and what they mean, and I got any prompts I'm going to use. Now the process, this is where the steps go. See the step, step, step. So I could use this flowchart. I look up here, and I would write, we've got step 1 is start, okay? And on my flowchart, my step 2 is not going to be that. My step 2 is going to be get 2 pieces of bread. And you'll continue, so this third step will be get peanut butter. So I'd change that step to get peanut butter. Okay? And you'll continue until you match that flowchart. You might have to have more steps than 6 steps. You might need less. Depends on how complicated your program is. All right, and on the output, you actually put what the output will look like. All right, so now we want the output to show what the output will look like, whether it be on paper or on the screen, okay? Okay, so as you can see, my output shows exactly what it will look like, and so will yours, only it won't be a picture like this. It'll be what will the paperwork, you know, the file or the screen look like. What will that data actually look like when it comes out and the user can see it, okay? That's the output. You'll also include any output variables that you're going to need. So you would say things like, let's see, I don't know what our variable would be, PBS, right? PBS, and that equals peanut butter sandwich. Okay, and I would explain what that variable that I'm going to use for the output is going to be. I hope this was helpful, and I hope it helps you do a good job when you do your flow chart. You insert that, and then your algorithm. All right, get to work.